Alright, this video is going to be for whining noise. 2020 Chevy Silverado had kind of a quick onset of a whining noise. I believe we're at 54,000 miles. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it definitely gets louder. Higher the RPM. Alright, so what I've done here is taken a 7mm, or you can use a screwdriver, undo your clamps. This thing's kind of mounted on a bushing here. I don't need to take that all the way apart. Just let it rest there. We're going to be using this. It's this stretch fit. If you ever had one of these in the past, you may be used to having like an idler arm or idler pulley. It's basically one of these that's on a pivot with spring tension that you can use to release the tension off the belt to change it. They don't do that anymore. This pulley, this idler, is a fixed mount, and basically the belt is just stretch fit. There's no tensioner to take the slack out. What that means is we'll just cut this old one off. It's not really in bad shape, but might as well do it. And there it goes. We no longer have a belt. You can see actually it was beginning to, it's starting to fray some. No cracking or dry rotting yet, but was fraying. Could have been from that pulley going out, because it got pretty bad. Doesn't sound bad, but all right, use a 15mm. Get that pulley off. Here's the old one. Just going to compare it to the new one that we got here. This is Murray part number. Basically, I'm with a new bolt and washer. So there's a little bit of variation in the washers for these. So like here's the old one, and this is the washer that was on the front, and then this is the one that was on the back, and essentially it looks to me like this design is basically just to keep these bearings a little more covered up. But they are a sealed bearing. It could block airflow to the bearing surface, make it heat up. It's hot for no, I mean, I just ran it for just a few seconds to show you, and it's got some temperature to it. Of course, it's failing too, so there's a tool that you're supposed to have to be able to do this. And I think O'Reilly's even sells it. It's not expensive, but I want to do this with as little cost as possible. So I'm going to be trying a trick that I saw somebody else do, and see if we can make this work without having to buy a special tool. All right, so essentially what's happening here is, you see down there I'm using zip ties to kind of fasten that belt down to that pulley. Looking at the engine from the front, it rotates clockwise, so we'll put a socket on that bolt on the crankshaft pulley, and we're just gonna rotate it clockwise, and you should just stretch that belt out and as it turns and pop it on there. I've got it in all of its proper pulley locations at top, so it's just gonna, as we turn it, it's just gonna pull tight and it should pop on. All right, and there it is. They even conveniently popped my zip ties off there for me when I got it all the way around. But it's all set. Let me get this back together the rest of the way. We'll start up and see if the squealing's gone. Let's see if we fixed it. There we go. That's a lot better.